when I'm meeting with bankers, lots of them talk in banker language. So and this happens with everybody, right? You have certain jargon and certain words that you use if you love football versus if you love ballet, right? This happens everywhere, but bankers are another breed. And so they're going to use terminology that you might not understand. And so I always feign ignorance. I just say, explain that to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Like, just dumb that down for me. I'm a simple person, right? And so if they're talking way up here and you feel like you should understand them, I just say, look, my goal for these over here, these 5 properties, is I want to just put 20% down and let it ride. What's the best product for that? My goal for these is I'm going to force the appreciation so I can get my money back out. What's the best product for that? They might not have a product for the latter or the former. I've had conversation with many a lender where, in fact, one guy in town who turns out he's a great fit for home equity lines of credit. When we were talking, I said, my goal is a long-term amortized product so that I can maximize my cash flow. I care most about cash flow. And he said, well, we're not good at that. I could get you a 20-year AM, maybe a 25, but there's no way I can get you a 30. So it's probably not even worth us talking about it. And I really appreciated that, because I don't want to waste my time either, you know? And he said, what I can do is we're really optimized for lines of credit. And so I could get you an unsecured line of credit of, I don't know, 25 grand pretty easily. And I could get you up to, I don't know, your portfolio, $250,000 of a secured line of credit pretty easily. So, and it would be at X rate. You know, does that make sense for us to talk more about? Yes, that does. Right. But he said, we don't even need to talk about this. And that might be the case with if it's a more conventional lender or more traditional lender, they might say, we don't really do fix and flip loans. And if we do, they take a long time. They're just not very competitive. So that would be fine. There are other lenders out there for it. So I'd just say, don't worry about it.
Okay. I didn't realize how much variety there is in that space. I guess there's things that you can do to differentiate your products and serve different markets within the lending space.
Yeah, the different lenders are optimized for different things too. Some of them are optimized for actually servicing the loan. So if you have a prepayment penalty, they're saying our break-even point on this is longer than, say, a year or two. So they've got a prepayment penalty for the first 5 years where a stair steps down. That tells you they're optimized for servicing a loan long-term. Then you've got other lenders that they are really optimized for originating the loan. So you see this often with conventional loans where they'll originate a loan and then they'll sell it on the secondary market. So their goal is get the demand generation in, find them, get them set up with a loan with reasonable terms that the market would accept. And then they go sell it to some other lender so that lender doesn't have to go find the individual. They're optimized for finding the individual, and they essentially get paid out on fees. So they get paid in fees, and then the second lender will pay them some money they'll buy out that loan. They're optimized for that. They are not optimized for servicing the loan. And even still others, some hard money lenders, they're really optimized for the fix and flip loans, but not for the 30-year amortized loans. All right. And you're looking for different things, and sometimes a lender's not going to have it. That doesn't mean that that loan doesn't exist. Generally in the financing space for properties, if you talk to one lender, all that means is you talk to one lender. It's not representative of the rest of the lenders. If you've talked to 20 lenders and you can't find a product for what you're doing, maybe you won't be able to find financing. But generally, if you think you can find financing for something, you can probably find it.
Okay.
Like there's even 40-year AM products out there now. Interest for the first 10 years, principal and interest for the last 30 with a locked in rate. That's awesome. Or even full 40-year AMs. In fact, I met a gal at Bigger Pockets she runs a brokerage that specializes in 40-year AMs. And so it's principal and interest the entire way. That's fantastic, but they're not optimized for flipping. Hey, thanks for watching. If this was helpful to you and you want to keep learning the most productive insider secrets about real estate investing, subscribe here. If you're ready to start building your cash flowing portfolio and do what I did, build a multi-million-dollar portfolio in 18 months so that you can quit the rat race 9 to 5 in less than 3 years, and you want someone to walk you through the entire process step by step so that you can move faster, with less risk, be protected from risk, then click here to learn how I work with people. And I will show you how I help people get their first cash flowing rental in 90 days. Don't stay trapped, become financially free so you can do what matters.